All right, all in viewers, you are watching the YouTube channel for All In. Of course, you can give us a listen on our podcast. That is the All In, the number 4 NFT show. We are wherever you listen to podcasts, and we are branching out and growing on our social media. Certainly, our hub is Twitter, All In, the number 4 NFT. But of course, you're watching us here on YouTube and maybe just somewhere else as we learn and grow. We're a bunch of, old dads that are learning this confounded technology. I myself literally have a dinosaur underneath my desk that's pedaling a bicycle that runs my computer. So, anything we can figure out on this new technology is a plus for us if we don't get electrocuted. I am here with my partners, my co-owners, my family, my friends. We've got Kevin, Cito, and Justin. Kevin, how are you this fine evening?
Excited. Yeah, fired up, man. The Gronk release. Excited to learn a little bit more about what we can do after we open them, and how, being able to sell them and put them on the marketplace, what that means, and yeah, let's pull some exciting ones.
Yeah, so we are talking tonight, DraftKings / Autograph, the Tom Brady company. I mean, there's a lot of other guys that are in on it, but I think Tom Brady's the main face. Sold mainly on the DraftKings marketplace. Autograph NFTs, and they're doing all kinds of cool stuff. I've been on it for quite a while. I'm probably, out of all of us here, I think I've been on it the most. Cito's been on it as well. We're going to be looking at specifically the Gronk mystery boxes, but we'll kind of walk you through a couple steps. So if you are new to the Autograph / DraftKings marketplace, we'll show you some cool things, some tools that might get you a little bit more familiar, because it wasn't quite as intuitive as I thought jumping into it. Of course, every interface is different. If you're using MetaMask, you're using OpenSea, you're using All Day for NFL, it's all different. So we're going to learn a little bit and peek at the Autograph, which Cito and I did before. Cito, you and I last time, we were looking at the Dale Earnhardt, and here we are again, going to look at the Gronk. So first off, how are you, and what are you thinking about the DraftKings marketplace?
Doing great. Excited. Got my little fill of racing this weekend. Caught a little Daytona 500, and I'm excited to see how you guys turned out. I was late to the party on the Gronks. The mystery boxes are always one I have a tough time pulling the trigger on, but I sure love watching other people open them up. Let me tell you that.
See, I think this is, America, Cito. I'll forgive you for not living in America, although my mom is from there. I love Canada, but I think it is maybe it is a human condition, but certainly an American one, to kind of always think you're going to get rich, you're going to have the American dream, you're going to pull the best number, the best card, the best whatever. And so that's why I think these mystery boxes are doing well for the most part. For example, the Gronk sold for 40. For the most part, you're going to get something worth less than that. But there's a chance that you're going to be, living up on the top floor with Mr. Drummond whistling different strokes, because you can get thousands of dollars from your $40 investment. And that's what I think people dig, that they can get to the top real quick, that easy street money.
Yeah, I don't think it's any coincidence that they're selling NFTs that you're basically gambling on the DraftKings gambling marketplace site, right? Like, they know their audience that they're pulling from, and we're basically gambling on these packs, or these mystery boxes.
And this is essentially what All In is building towards, is something very much like this, to add a new utility to NFTs where you can sort of bring fantasy and gambling and NFT all together and enjoy these things that we love. We all love fantasy sports. We all love betting. We all love watching sports and collecting, investing. These are things that a lot of us love, and we want to be the center of that new Venn diagram. So this is something we are all about and building and working towards as well. So come along for the ride with us if you would. But we're building a good community. We've been doing lots of cool giveaways, man. Check out our Top Shot giveaways. They've been doing a lot. We've been doing a lot of really cool interviews, highlighting NFT artists, bringing them into the forefront, putting a spotlight on them. So please check out the podcast for sure. And we're going to be coming at you with more social media as long as we don't get electrocuted along the way. Now, Justin, what do you think? You got your Gronk 2 mystery packs. First off, how are you? And is the Gronk your first DraftKings NFT?
I'm doing fantastic here this evening. Yeah, it is my first DraftKings NFT. I'm super excited to, see what I get in them. I had not only bought one, but I had to buy a second one when I had a chance. So
yeah,
hopefully, it's the American dream to pull the one that could, flip for, hopefully a couple thousand.
That's
or
right.
hold on and keep for a while.
Right. And that's going to be a whole show in and of itself. We just recorded a show, probably come out a little bit later. So hopefully you've already seen it. If not, check out our YouTube channel because we just did a show from the NFL All Day NFT collection from Dapper Labs or on the Flow blockchain there by the wonderful people that brought you NBA Top Shot. So we just did the conference round opening and I scored a rare Tom Brady that we had looked. Now, at this moment in time, the sales on the marketplace are not open or not relevant or not showing. They're certainly relevant, but they're not showing. And the highest listed Brady was what, guys? About 3,000?
Lowest.
The
lowest
was 3,000. And after that, it
6,
jumped up to
right?
6,000.
Yep.
So clearly this is going to be a whole Twitter space or a whole video in and of itself, right? But knowing when to sell is a huge conundrum, and it's maybe more of an art than a science. But we're going to be able to walk you through a little bit of that right now with the Gronks. The DraftKings marketplace has stabilized a little bit more. It's been around longer than the NFL All Day, but it's no guarantee. If you sell, that's not going to increase. Think of some of those people that sold early on the Bored Ape Yacht Club. What kind of stomach ache they must have right now. And then you got a lot of people on the NBA Top Shot on the other line that came maybe late and held on to those suckers and weren't all of a sudden printing 10x and they probably lost money. I'm in that camp. So it's tough to know when to pull the trigger, right? I mean, you just don't know. I'd like to have a show and learn from the wise folks out there, but I don't know if they know. But it's certainly something I think we're going to talk more about and look more into. Now, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen just to kind of walk through this a little bit. So maybe those of you that aren't familiar, we always kind of like to say we are a 101, an intro level show trying to introduce people. Heck, on the podcast, we talk to people all the time that are getting us up to speed. So before I show the Gronk collection, this is the marketplace. So you can always click over here to Daily Fantasy. Now, if you're on a phone, you can't do this anymore. It has to be on a computer. On a phone, you actually have to Google search DraftKings Marketplace. So I think on most phones, they've gotten rid of it. On most phones, I think they have the fantasy and the sports book, maybe the casino. It brings you to that place. But there was a new rule that passed. I know I cannot access my marketplace on my phone anymore. I have to Google search DraftKings Marketplace and pull it up that way. On the computer, you still can. So I can click over here and get to my Daily Fantasy. I can then click on my sports book and get to my betting and whatever. But on the computer, which I'm on, laptop, you can click over to the marketplace. And here we are in the marketplace. So it doesn't have any drops coming up this week. Nothing major happening. Auctions are very rare. I think there's only been one or something. And then here's my portfolio. So I started getting into this way back when the early season. These were some of the first drops ever. And I did score a Usain Bolt. This was a platinum. So you'll learn here in a second. Platinum's not that great, but not bad. And it was pretty cool. And the one cool utility, if you have a Usain Bolt, and then when Usain Bolt comes up again, because a lot of these guys have had more than one drop. If I have a Usain Bolt, this qualifies me to get into the pre-sale of any Bolt NFT thereafter. Same deal with the Tiger Woods. I actually scored. Now, these were hard to get. I tried to get a bunch of these early ones, and I never got in. I never got a good queue number. Well, I did for the Bolt, and I did for the Tiger Woods. I'm happy I got the Tiger Woods, although I missed the pre-sale. But this, too, would get me early access to the upcoming Tiger Woods sales.
Now, Jer, is the pre-sale
Yes.
that you're talking about, you're talking from like the Tiger Woods Emerald, it would be Emerald and below, not above.
No.
Would it also get you in for those above as well?
Yes,
Wow.
because so for example, when Tiger comes out with his second drop,
Yep.
you're gonna see this on the Gronk. So there was actually a Gronk card that looked like this, right?
Yeah.
And when Gronk did his next one, or even the mystery, if you were a Gronk owner, like Tiger Woods, I think there was a mystery, but if you were a Gronk owner and you had a preseason, the premiere, they were called. If you had the Gronk premiere, that got you into any future Gronk NFT drop. So for the mystery, there was like a 2-day period before the public drop that the Gronk owners could get in. Same thing when Tiger Woods had the second drop. I just slept on it. I missed it. But when Tiger Woods had his second drop, which you don't know what you're going to get on a mystery pack. But I that's a good question, Cito. So on the mystery pack,
Yeah.
it gets you in. Boy, Cito, I'm not sure, now that I think about it, because the mystery pack, you don't know what you're going to get. I know when Tiger Woods has had future drops, you're right. There were Emerald, there were Ruby, there were Carbon. So maybe I take that back. I don't know if I had to have a Tiger Woods Emerald and that only gets me into an Emerald. I'm not sure about that.
That's still not bad utility. Like
it is nice utility that you can get early access, but I don't know how restrictive that is. I want to look into that. That's a heck of a good question.
Hey, I'm full of good questions. Not many answers, but full of great questions.
Early access come for any or the one you have? Right? That is a good question.
Yeah.
Now, so here's my other ones. We're going to open up these Gronks here. These right here were both mystery packs. So far, I have not made money on any mystery pack. I got the Naomi Osaka. This one was, I think that sold, I bought at the mystery pack for 40. This one in particular is worth less. I bought the Derek Jeter mystery pack. This one is worth less, the Carbon. Now, again, when I bought these ones, so that's what threw me off, Cito. I bought these ones. I know I was in the Tiger Woods Emerald Premier line.
Yeah.
Since then, I know Tiger Woods has had other ones. I don't know if they were released as Emeralds. Usually they are. The Sapphire, the Ruby, the Emerald, the Platinum, the Carbon. Usually they are. So good question. One of my favorites, honestly, Tony Hawk. I've been loving Tony Hawk ever since I was little. Pour a little out, if you remember the Search for Animal Chin, which was one of my favorite skating videos. Mike McGill was in it. Tony Hawk was in it. And I know you guys probably can't hear this, but you can actually hear the skateboard hitting the half pipe, and you can hear it when it rolls over the parts. And that's my favorite part, when it clicks onto the cartoon. I just think that's cool. I mean, that's what NFTs are awesome, right? It's not just, yes, this is rare. Yes, this is going to make me money. I'm going to flip it. I really love Tony Hawk. It got me into skating. It gives me memories of when I was a kid. I also love comics and graphic novels, and the fact that he turns into a cartoon hawk in the air, it moves me. I dig it. I'm never going to sell this. Now, going back to my own portfolio. Another thing I wanted to mention. So the other day, Cito and I did a Dale Earnhardt. We were talking because Dale Earnhardt was doing several drops all at once. It was over the course of like 3 days. He was dropping different things. One of the things we talked about was the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Engine 88. This guy right here. So if you actually look at it, it shows the engine. It kind of comes apart. It looks pretty cool, right? Can you guys hear that or no?
I can hear you, but I
You
can't
can hear me, but
Yeah,
not
I
the
can
thing.
hear
Okay.
it.
So there's some sound that goes with it, whatever. But it's pretty cool. But one of the utilities that comes with it is this is still coming up that people can, the 100, there's only 100 of these. The 100 owners can get in a Zoom meeting with Dale Earnhardt. That date is still coming up, and it's a question and answer. And then he also takes you through like a PowerPoint demonstration of what his engine does and all the little parts. So that's super cool. So I actually scored one of these. And at the time, I paid $300 for it. When I went to sell it on the marketplace, so if you click select and buy, so if once you find something you want, again, I just go to browse, I scroll over here and I see all the different collections for the stuff I want. You can tip in a pack or a collectible, and you got all your little collections there, right? So I select the Dale Earnhardt. Here's all my Dale Earnhardts that I can pick from. And again, that's the one. Now, select and buy. Now, if you have one, you can sell this way too. So you'll see now the cheapest is $999. When I did this 2 weeks ago, the cheapest for sale was about $1,400. The cheapest that actually got sold when I looked was about 13 something. So I was holding on just to see what the market did. I noticed the market started to fall. So it went down to 1,200. And I thought, boy, all right, I'm going to keep my eye on this. I think I need to sell soon. And sure enough, I saw it go down to below like 1150 or something. And I said, all right, time to sell. So I jumped on and I had number 24 and I sold it for 11. I want to say it was 1188 is my memory. 1188.88, I think is what I sold it for. And it did went through. It was awesome. It was great. We'll show you guys how to do that or later, but obviously you could buy right here. And I'm glad I did it then, because since then, when I first looked, the lowest number for sale was 1,400. Then it went down to 1,200. Then it went down to 1,150. And that's when I jumped on and sold mine. I had number 24, sold it for 1188 and 88 cents. Now, DraftKings, they take a chunk. I think it's Autograph takes 10% and the DraftKings Marketplace takes 5%. So they take 15% of your sale, which is a lot. But nonetheless, I still walked with, a 900, something like that. I still walked with 3x my money. So to me, it was a win. But you really gotta, the margins are tight, So if you think you've got a pretty good win, you got a pretty good sale, remember they're going to take 15% from you. So here we are today, and we've got in my portfolio a Gronk mystery pack. As long as I'm sharing my screen, I'm going to go ahead and open these, but before I do, let's go ahead and look at the it's got to be here, the Super Gronk collection portfolio. Browse, let's browse and go to, that's the only one there. Super Gronk collection. I don't have anything else clicked. Autograph. Well, of course it's autograph. All right. So as you guys will notice, let's just take a look at the little graphic here. This is the top dude, the global warning. Man, that dude's so strong, he can throw it all the way around the earth to himself. It's like Superman and Superman 2 when Lois Lane dies and Superman flies around the earth backwards. You guys remember this?
Yeah,
For sure.
Little Back to the Future,
Back
Superman
to
style.
back time. So we've got the sapphire here is always the top. I'm sorry, the ruby is always the top. Sapphire, emerald is the middle, and then you have platinum, carbon is the bottom. Once again, ruby, sapphire, emerald, platinum, carbon is the bottom. So the next one down is a championship. Get it? The play on words there?
So clever.
It is, because you know what?
Yep,
It's not
yep.
just they won something. He's actually pulling a real ship, guys. A ship.
A buccaneer ship.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Buccaneer
pirate
ship. Oh my
Buccaneer
God, there's so
ship.
many plays on words going on here.
So
It's
many plays.
baffling.
So deep.
So this dude in the same day can throw a ball all the way around the earth to himself, and he can pull a ship. You know what, guys? Ships go over water, not land, and look at how strong he is because he's pulling it over the sand. So right there. feat of strength. The next one down is the Armageddon. Holy Moses, these guys are clever. Armageddon. He threw it to the center of the earth. I don't know, but yeah, look, I was going to say, that's going to knock the earth off its axis. And look at what happens here, guys. Did you see this? Look at what happened.
Blew the planet up.
Look, watch, wait. Yeah, what is this?
Mutually assured destruction.
It's mad.
Yeah.
It's mad.
That's mad. Boy, I don't know about that Armageddon thing. I don't know. Gronk, he's got to register his arm as a lethal weapon. The next one, Gridiron Grit. Ooh, I kind of like that one. I love the cartoon. Like, I've always been a big comic fan. You know, I love the art on these. This one especially. I like the defensive player there. Boy, the helmet comes out. This reminds me of my JV year. Coach T, Dick Trusowski. He was a legend, but we went undefeated that year, and he had a dream that we surrounded him, and he had this great, like, old guy voice, surrounded him on defense, and the next thing I saw was a helmet flying straight up in the air, and you tackled him so hard, you knocked his heads right off. That's for you, Coach. That's for you, Coach T.
Pour one out.
Yeah. And that's the Gridiron Grit. So that's it. We've got the Gridiron Grit. We got the Armageddon. We got the Championship Global Warming. And then again, it goes Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald is in the middle. Platinum, Carbon. So if we were to look real quick on the marketplace or the browse. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just there at the browse. So let's see what some of these are going for, right? 2,215. So if you're getting one of those global warmings, considering you spent $40, if you get a global warming, you are at the very least breaking even if you get a global warming. If you get a championship, you need a ruby, a sapphire, an emerald, and then a platinum will break even. Carbon, you're going to lose a little bit. Next, we got the Armageddon. You're making money. You're in the black on the ruby, the sapphire, a little bit on the emerald, start to lose on the platinum and the carbon, and then the Gridiron, ruby, always, sapphire, always, emerald, for the most part, we're talking $1 loss. I mean, that could go up, right? And then platinum and Gridiron, but again, platinum and then the carbon. Again, most of what you're going to get is these. Oh, we got a couple more here I didn't get to. We got the throw them out. Whoa. That, you know what, Kevin, at Greyline, you are a brewery owner. Do you guys hire bouncers?
We do not. We did for the first week. It really wasn't necessary. Everyone's just kind of chill and cool, and hasn't been an issue. But maybe, I don't know, things start picking up after COVID and Gronk officially retires, maybe we can send him out an offer and see if he can work the door for us. And
well, look at how he cleared this riffraff.
Yeah. It's kind of like a Kool-Aid man situation, busting through the brick there. So
you're telling me that the Greyline Brewing Company, the one you own, it's not like a Patrick Swayze movie, like one of those bars?
No.
Those were rough.
Man, it used to be intense. I was too young to drink in the early 80s there, but apparently we got wild, right?
Yeah, West Side bars back then, man.
Yeah. No.
But nonetheless, a good plug for Greyline. Great beer, great friends. So step into Greyline, and maybe, just maybe, you can get thrown out by Rob Gronkowski himself.
Yeah, right. We do have a brick wall, so
think of how much that, I mean, the brick, the mortar, you got to hire repair people, but at least you get that riffraff out of there, whatever that guy was.
It'll be worth it. We got plenty of cameras, so we can mint an NFT out of it if it does happen. So.
Oh God, there you go. Yeah, toss that sucker right out of here. And then, of course, what's interesting to me is every time I've seen a mystery go on sale, it's usually like if it sold for 40, it sells, or if it minted, let's say, drops for 40, I would see aftermarket sales then about 60. almost every time. When there was a $60, which I think might have been the Derek Jeter, that sold for about 80, maybe 85 afterward. This one is almost doubled, which is curious to me. $77.99 is the cheapest price you can get for a mystery pack right now. Select and buy. 78 is pretty standard right on down the line there, but almost double what one would pay, right? So I'm going to go to, that was me browsing on the marketplace. I'm going to go to my portfolio, and I have 2. Here we go, boys. I click on this bad boy. So I can sell it right away if I wanted to. And if you were to do something like that, we'll show you a little bit afterward. Heck, I can show you right now. You click sale. Well, you got to make sure I'm in Michigan. We're going to sell it for, what was it going for, 80? We're going to sell it for $200 to make sure nobody buys it right now. And look at this, though. Here's the deal. Royalty fee, autograph, 10%. Marketplace, 5%. So I'm selling it for $200. I make $170.
Ouch.
That's rough,
I
right?
haven't
They're
sold
getting their
yet
share.
on Top Shot. I haven't sold anything on Top Shot yet. What they have to take a rake. I don't does anyone know what it is?
I don't.
Have you sold?
I don't
Not
know
off
what
the
the
top
rate
of my
is.
head, but it's not that. I have
No,
sold
that
a
seems
couple.
incredibly high. So that's
God,
that's kind of
yes.
one drawback of DraftKings marketplace is that big 15% rake. But I do like the positive aspect of being able to sell your packs. Top Shot, who was one of the first out the gate to do this, does not allow you to sell packs like this right out, which would be a nice feature. And I'm sure they're probably working on it, but they're certainly not there yet.
It is coming soon, is my
Yep.
understanding.
So I got
Yep.
2 questions, right? Does early access come for any of that athlete's future drops, or just at the level you got, Ruby, Sapphire, whatever? And let's check into the Top Shot rake. So here, if I'm going to sell my Gronk, 200, this is how you do it. List for sale. They're going to take, this is what they're going to take if you sell. List for sale. I'm going to go ahead and confirm. And boom, you have successfully blah, blah, blah. So now I can end the listing. So I can go back to my portfolio. I can easily see that this Rob Gronkowski is selling for 200, but this one is not. This is one I paid for $40. This is what it is. I paid $50 for this. Don't know why the Tony Hawk isn't showing up to what I paid for it, but nonetheless, neither are these too. Oh, these were mystery packs. So I wonder why they don't show that though, but I'm pretty sure this was a 40, this was a 40, and this was like a 60. Because there were, or maybe this was a 60 because there were less of them. Not sure. Anyway, that's how you would sell something. So I'm going to go back now because I'm going to open it here in a second, and I'm just going to end list. It doesn't affect me. They don't take any rake. There's nothing. Only rake happens when you sell. So I could decide, you know what, the market's gone down. I'm not going to be able to make 200. I'm going to sell it for 150 now because the market's gone down, and here I am changing things. You can do this all day long, and it's not going to affect you. Go back to your portfolio. You'll see that it is 150. Boom, it's good. I decide, nah, I want to keep it. End listing. Simple as that to sell on the marketplace. And again, just had that happen for me where I did plus out on the black with the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Engine 88. So I'm sharing my screen. I'm going to go ahead and open this bad boy, but I'm going to be sneaky. I'm not going to open this one. I've already dabbled with this one, guys. I'm going to go to this one. Here we go. You're about to open. Are you ready? I'm confirming.
Yeah.
So this is where they give you that little bit of suspense. And
Does it have sound that you can turn on, Jared?
Yeah. Oh, we get an emerald. I'll have to look. I don't think I can turn on the sound. Emerald is one of those ones that's right in the middle, right? Because ruby, sapphire, emerald, and then I think it's platinum and then carbon.
Right.
So this one's pretty good, right? Now I would have to go back and check the global warning. That number 504.
It was up there.
Thought it was around $60.
So let's go back to browse. Let's go back to the Super Gronk collection.
113.
And it was a
There you
113,
go.
baby. So I just turned my
There you go.
$80.
Drip.
There you go.
Now, here's the other thing you can do. So if they're asking 113, right? Let's go ahead and look, select and buy. Oh shoot, there is a way. I thought that I was able to see recent purchases. I'm not sure why I can't say that right now. I know there's a way you can see recent purchases, because when I was selling my Earnhardt, I could see who had bought and versus who was listing. Wonder price low, price high, edition low, edition high, 32 for sale. Back to details. Oh, here it is. Here it is. If you scroll down, received, listed, bought, 102.99. So the most recent bought was 102.99. Here was one bought 4 hours ago for 118. So I always think but 115, looking at what people are actually paying gives you a really good idea. So if you just, oh my God, look at this one, bought for, that was number one, bought for 550. You see that?
It's probably a good deal, actually.
Yeah, 550 sold for 550. So that's a good way you can go. And again, select and buy to see what they're selling for versus then just going down the line. Super Gronk.
Nice, man.
Emerald.
I think the global warming was my favorite. May not be the most valuable one. It's up there, but like I dig the throwing over the mountains. Got kind of that Napoleon Dynamite, Uncle Rico vibe, throwing the football over the mountains.
Yeah.
I like it.
So far we got a Gronk, Emerald, global warning. All right, so that one would be in the black if I decide to sell. And I don't know, I like Gronk, but I got two of these bad boys. So let's just see what happens. And yeah, you do. There is this little part. I think it's probably a setting on, I think Zoom. You can actually turn this on when you're on a different website and you can play the sound.
Yeah, I was just curious. Sometimes it sounds fun.
Yeah, I know. We'll have to look into that again. Nobody got electrocuted. My dinosaur is still running under the table. So everything seems to be pretty good. I don't want to sell. I want to open. Gonna confirm. Oh, you guys should hear this sound. Whoa. Let's skip that. Congratulations.
Roll
Another
out.
Emerald. This is a throw 'em out club.
All right. Cool.
So you can see this one's at a 550. This one's a little bit more in the collection. Throw 'em out club. We've seen it before, but this is Kevin's going to be buying a Gronk bouncer like this.
Yeah.
And we can then once again go to the browse, throw 'em out club. I don't know if we need to keep doing this, but the brown or Gronk throw 'em out club. Load more. That was the bottom. That was the bottom one. Gronk throw 'em out club. So losing a little bit on that one, right?
Yeah.
Throw
Still solid. Still up for both of them.
Still like both of them. I could see hanging on to one because I like Gronk. And then but with that 15%, boy, if I sold that sucker at $100, down to 80, 85, you're still 1xing, right? A little then some. You're still 1xing your money. Not bad. If you're in the business of flipping.
2x, yeah.
2x basic. Wouldn't it be 1x? Oh, yeah, 2x. 2x. Yep. All right, so I'm stopping sharing. I'm going to jump back on over here. And we got Kevin that's got one. We've got Cito who's cheering us on with crossing fingers and any voodoo magic you can conjure up. And we got Justin who's got two. Who's next?
I'll go.
Justin, why don't you go, buddy? Yeah,
Let me
man,
go.
I
Let me
got to
practice.
rip a pack earlier.
Okay.
Right.
This
I'm ready
is
to go.
Justin's first
You ready? Light it up, bud.
public rip. So share your screen.
I'm getting there.
While he's getting there, folks. What do you guys think? I mean, the graphics were cool. I think for the first time, I've purchased now 5 mystery containers. This is the first time I've ever made money.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, besides, okay. The
on the mystery containers. I
Mhm.
certainly did really well buying the Dale Earnhardt Jr. for 300 and selling it for about 1100 ish. That certainly did well. For the mystery containers, this is the first time I've made money out of the 5.
All right. Can everyone see me now? We good?
We can see your packs, buddy. You going lefty,
right.
going righty?
I'm going left here. First one. It's one I almost started to open earlier. Here we go. Here we go. All righty.
Okay.
Confirm.
One last chance to back out. Oh, isn't that music awesome that you're hearing?
Oh, here we go. You guys can't hear it though, huh?
No. A little bit on yours. I heard it. Yeah, skip that sucker.
Throw them out of the club. Sell this
Never
for
throw 'em
70 again.
out, just like me. So a little bit of a loss on that one. I forget what it was. It was like $38 or something, right?
Yeah, something around there.
Yeah, so it's about a break even, and who knows? Maybe Gronk goes into the Hall of Fame. That goes up. Maybe Gronk announces his retirement. That goes up.
Yeah.
Correct. All right. Let's pull the other one on the right here. Let's see here.
Righty tighty. Good God Almighty. I can't think of any more rhyming words, but let's make money.
Comes a ruby.
There you go. That's that brainwave thought. Positive thinking.
Global warning. Carbon.
Global warming. So carbon, but a global warming carbon. Like global warming is a good one. That's the top, right?
It is. It's a global warning.
Warning.
Not warming.
Warning.
Yeah.
So I think
even it's on fire, but it's still warning.
So click browse real quick. Or you can click browse and then do the Super Gronk collection. And let's look at the carbon global. So okay, $40. So that was the one at the top that you break even, which again, I think both of those. God, look at that. See, to me, this is inefficient. Is it not? Dropping down from 13,800. So that's the difference of 500 is $20. And then a difference of 250 is 50 whatever dollars, $53. But then from there down to 120. God, does that it jumps up so much just for that little bit of difference. I don't know. There's some market inefficiencies here, I think.
Yeah.
If you ask
me. We're working on an algorithm.
We are. I really think there are some market inefficiencies here. I think one, that it's new and the market maybe hasn't settled or figured it out yet. But like you said, Kevin, I think there are some that are, I don't know, for some, I don't know what the word is, intangible reason. Like we looked at the Stars and Stripes one, the helmet of the Dale Earnhardt Jr., and maybe people are patriotic. Maybe there are other reasons that are going into it, the art or something. But when you look at just the price compared to the amount available, and then you compared to in the same series. So if you're going from the same series from like a ruby to a sapphire to an emerald, and if you look at all the different series, some of those numbers don't seem to be consistent. There seems to be huge gaps where all of a sudden it'll jump from, 50 serial numbers and then it's $100, and then the next 50 all of a sudden it's like $500. Like there seems to be some discrepancies.
Sure.
Okay, so Justin, if you want to stop sharing and then Kevin give a share. Kevin's got one pull. Let's do that global warning.
Warning.
Ruby. I mean, ruby's good all the way around.
Right. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I still got one of these Tony Hawks to rip also here, bud.
Oh, we should just toss that sucker on this thing.
Yeah, why not?
Do the Gronk right now. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Do this. Whatever.
Either way, whatever. Yeah, let's do it.
I like the Tony Hawk. I liked the graphics. I don't know, but I got a soft spot for Tony Hawk. Carbon.
Well,
that's an 8 gymnast plant, so that's a different carbon. I wonder if that one's better or worse. Let's check it out. So view portfolio. And then click on that bad boy. Oh, that's cool. So mine was a 540 here, and you can, Kevin, you can hear it, right? You can hear it running over the boards.
Actually,
and then he turns into I love the Tony Hawks. I don't know, man.
Yeah, those are great. Cool.
So that was the Carbon Gymnast Plant. Just check out the browse and then Tony Hawk. Carbon Gymnast Plant. So you want to find the Tony Hawk's Carbon Gymnast Plant. So we're looking for a gymnast plant. Gymnast plant. There it is.
Platinum.
Where's the carbon? Oh, there it is. Go up.
Now it's down a little bit.
Emerald. Where is it?
Right there. Tony.
There we go.
$16.
16.
Yeah, 16. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Carbons are never great, but
no, I'm all right. I'm all right though. I'm a Hawks fan.
I think those are so cool.
They are.
I like hearing the sounds of the half pipe. You know, like did you guys ever skate? Being on the half pipe and hearing. I remember going like rolling in and working up to dropping in on a half pipe, and oh god, the nerves just standing up there. Whew! And hearing the sounds, like it was just very memorable for my youth.
Carmageddon. Double carbons for me.
Double carbon, maybe.
Yeah. Ouch. All right.
Yeah. Hey man, this was what I say, my 5th before I finally started making some money on the mystery packs. But you know what? This is America. So the next one, you might get 1,000.
Hey man, I'm gonna keep pulling. We're gonna keep ripping here.
Comparatively, what do you guys think? We've opened some DraftKings. We've opened some let's just say Dapper Labs, which would include All Day and Top Shot. Do you have any favorites? Do you have any pluses, minuses? What about you, Kevin? We've opened both now. Do you have a favorite? Do you think there's any pluses or minuses to either one of these companies?
Yeah, I certainly think the All Day platform just looks visually more appealing. I'm not a big fan of the DraftKings marketplace and I think aesthetically it just kind of looks old. It doesn't look new and fresh and cool. I think Top Shot and All Day are doing a great job with the interface and the UI and the UX. They look more professional, more modern. I like the plays. I mean, I like All Day has, these are actual plays. Like I ripped that Josh Allen, when he scrambled to get a first down there in the against the Chiefs. So, to have something tangible, something that we know of, and like it has some history to it, whereas a cartoon or a comic book kind of drawing, I'm more drawn to something that's actually happened in the past, and it's like, kind of signifying a certain moment. And so for me, I'm going to spend more money on All Day than I will on the marketplace here in DraftKings.
Yeah, like I would echo that. Like having Tom Brady's last, besides the fact it's rare and it's worth a lot of money, or even Ben Roethlisberger's having his last touchdown ever, like those are real moments. Like, yes, it is a moment in time, but it's like a moment in someone's career when they scramble for a first down or they keep the drive alive. It can be a very memorable, cool moment, like freaking Tom Brady's last touchdown ever. That's super cool, right?
Yeah.
I will say we got to check on the Top Shot rake, but I know it is not 15%. And so the autograph, that dings you. Cito, I think you're muted, but I'm going to go to you next. The other thing I was going to say is I don't like the all cartoon ones, but I love, again, I'm a sucker for Tony Hawk, but I love how it's real life. and then it flashes into cartoon and then continues with real life. So the Gronk, those are all cartoon. Like, I like the mixture of both real life / comic book. I do like that aspect. Cito, what do you think in the autograph Dapper Labs, we'll say, argument?
Well, we know where I'm leaning. If you've followed any of our videos or our podcasts, I'm a Dapper Labs plant. I've been right from the start. Top Shot was my baby and has still stayed close to my heart. All Day is quickly worming its way in there. UFC Strike, I love what they've done. I sat for 20, 30 minutes today just going through the marketplace, listening to the moments, like the actual hearing the announce team call them. It's fantastic what they have done in the last 12 months. Tough to go wrong. It took me a while to warm up to autograph. I will say I am warming up a little bit more, but if you're asking me to choose, I'm going Dapper all day long.
We should
That's
do
really not close.
we should do a UFC show, because you're about the only one here that's into the UFC. So we should really, and again, 101, bring people along. We all want to learn. We all need to get better. Like Socrates was considered the wisest man because he knew nothing. I think there's a lot of us that don't know much, or we have huge holes in our understanding of NFT. And I'd like to learn some more about NFTs and the Dapper Labs UFC. So that's a show I think we need to do. I'm going to drop a little bit of alpha. So we're talking about Dapper Labs on the Flow blockchain. We too at All In are going to be possibly, hope I'm not speaking too early, but possibly, certainly releasing a cool NFT. And I think we're going to be doing it on the Flow blockchain. We're still in talks with doing that, but we have a cool NFT that's coming out that's just going to help us build our community, build our growth, and hopefully get to a sweet platform when you can use NFTs to stake for bets and fantasy and all the things that we love to do. So be on the lookout for that. That's a little bit of alpha. Hopefully I'm not speaking too soon, but Flow blockchain, if you look at just what Dapper's doing, UFC, NBA, NFL, I mean, they are solely sports-oriented NFTs, and that's kind of what we are talking about. So they are doing some cool stuff. I too am with you with the Dapper Labs contingent. I love the little bit of flash to cartoon. That's what I like. Not all cartoon, but the little flash. I still like that. But Josh, or I'm sorry, Justin, what do you think of this debate?
I mean, I'm more of I'm same thing as Kevin said, more of a Dapper Labs kind of guy. I'd rather have a moment that I can relate to that I've watched on TV, or at the stadium, than a cartoon coming flashing at me. So yeah, definitely I'd be putting my money in probably NFL all day for the most part.
And do you have do you have the NBA?
I do.
Top Shot?
Yeah, I got a couple of them. Yeah, I got a couple of those Kevin Durant packs. I haven't opened yet, so looking forward to ripping them open as well. So
I think we all have some of those KD packs and some Top Shot packs that we need to open. But I think you're kind of like me, Justin, that NFL is more of your heart.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what I watch. That's, fantasy football with NFL, that's do DraftKings every single weekend, putting in the lineups. I mean, that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
Which, another little bit of alpha, we're hoping to have another podcast here in the Cito and my series that we just started releasing, the macro view look of fantasy football. And so the first one we talked about just redraft, but man, we got a lot to get into. Not talking players specifically, but just talking different formats, different tips, different things we've learned over the years. So folks out there watching, you're going to hear a lot more from Cito, from Kevin, from Justin, from myself, talking fantasy football and the different formats we've been playing. Check out the podcast. But of course, we're also bringing you cool NFT projects on the podcast. We just talked non-code ducks. We've had Boring Stone on there before. So we're blending it all. Again, we are the center of a Venn diagram, talking sports collecting NFTs, art collecting NFTs, fantasy sports, sports gambling. We're at the heart of it all, and we are all in for it all. So for Justin, for Kevin, for Cito, I am Jer. Give us a follow, all in the number 4 NFT, and we will catch you on the flip side.